McDermott to Hudson. Beautifully timed away through mid-wicket. And what a lovely way to really get going in his innings. Merv Hughes back in favour after not playing against the South Africans in Australia because of injury, dropping too short there. And Hudson very quickly onto it, so strong on the pull. McDermott again, and that one, a lifter, and he's gone. He's caught behind, up goes the finger of umpire David Shepherd, and Andrew Hudson is out. A really good delivery from Craig McDermott, lifting outside the off stump and just finding the outside edge of Hudson's bat. And the first South African wicket down with just 21 runs on the board. Hughes to Cronje, the new batsman, and wasting little time in getting after that short one from the big fella. McDermott, plenty of determination on that face, going round the wicket to the left-handed Kirsten, and that's beautifully timed. Minimum effort, just easing it away backward, a point for 4. Steve Waugh, and the second one is gone, and that is Hansie Cronje, caught by Alan Border, and Border noticeably delighted in taking this very important catch. Cronje has been in such fine form. Just look at Border there. He's got his man, and so has Steve Waugh. So 70 for 2 with the dismissal of South Africa's in-form Hansie Cronje. To May, and nice footwork there from Gary Kirsten, coming to meet that one, making it into a full toss and hitting it back past the bowler for 4. Hold him! I think off the inside edge, and look at that face on Merv Hughes. It says it all, sending Gary Kirsten on his way in no uncertain terms. Well up to him, and he just left the gap between bat and pad, found the inside edge, and South Africa's third wicket down. 103 on the board, but a good 47 from Gary Kirsten. Nice shot by Kepler Wessels, well up to him. A lot of bottom hand in the shot, but beautifully timed and placed. Merv Hughes getting a good long bowl after his injury problems. And more success. He's got Kepler Wessels, the South African captain, caught by Matthew Hayden low down at second slip. This a very, very valuable wicket for Australia. And Wessels gone. South Africa 4 for 116. To May. Oh, and that turned and it's bowled him. And a no shot there from Peter Kirsten. Just watch how this one turns. Comes back sharply, but he's neither forward nor really back. A poor shot by Kirsten. And full vindication for including the 2 spinners in the Australian side. And South Africa in desperate trouble at 5 for 126. They go up, he's out, he's been given out. Umpire Barry Lampson lifts a finger, and more trouble for South Africa as Brian McMillan is out for a duck. Bat pad, an easy catch for David Boone at forward short leg. McMillan not particularly happy though about the decision. Attacking play from Jonty Rhodes, and that's maximum. Well, he really picked that one up well. Just what South Africa needs. Loves to sweep, but he really got hold of that. Richardson on the sweep as well. And 4 good-looking runs for the South African wicketkeeper. Shane Warne has waited so long for this opportunity to come into the attack. All of 46 overs before being introduced by Alan Border, but a full toss there, or made into a full toss, and packed away through mid-wicket by Rhodes. Deal for LBW, and Dave Richardson has been given out. He seemed to have stretched well forward, and just when South Africa were recovering with a partnership of 68 between Rhodes and Richardson, Richardson given out LBW. There seemed to be just a little bit of turn there. Now let's see how far forward he was. Oh, a good stretch from Richardson. A valuable 31 from just 47 balls when South Africa were in trouble. And Matthews is caught, wasn't able to keep that one down as he tried to fend it away on the onside. And a good catch, mind you, by David Boone in a short leg. He's a specialist there. Little bit of bounce there. Nice one-handed catch by Boone. So South Africa's troubles continue. And 203 for 8 now. Matthews not lasting too long. Well, so much depends on Jonty Rhodes now, and he's responding in the right way. Again going on the sweep against Warne, despite it being against the spin. And bringing up yet another 50. This is up in the air. And Mark Waugh coming in, and a good running catch by Mark Waugh. And Jonty Rhodes is gone. He had to play his shots as he was running out of partners, and this a very good running catch by Waugh, and Rhodes out for a splendid 69, which came in just under 3 hours at the wicket and boosting South Africa to 249. That's it. That's the end of the innings. Fanie de Villiers just pulling away a little bit and then pushing the bat at it, and McDermott through his defences. See that right leg moving away to square leg, and then he tried to come back in to cover the line, but it nipped his off stump, and South Africa all out for 251. A disappointing first innings after having won the toss and deciding to bat. Only notable contributions: Gary Kirsten's 47 from 75 balls, Jonty Rhodes' 69 from 126 balls, although that partnership of 68 between Rhodes and Richardson did threaten to re-establish the South African innings from a precarious 126 for 6. Of the Australian bowlers, 3 apiece for the quickies, Craig McDermott and Mervyn Hughes, and 2 for the off-spinner Tim May. Shane Warne, surprisingly, only being called on to bowl 14 overs in the innings. Fanie de Villiers to Slater, and this is in the air, and it's caught! A fine catch by Hudson down at third man. Slater likes to have a go, but that one flew off the bat that was angled, and it had enough momentum to carry to third man Andrew Hudson, but what a good catch by Andrew Hudson. And Slater gone for a very quick 26, most of them made last evening, and Australia losing the first wicket on 35. Alan Donald pumped up now, and I think he's got a wicket. He has. Matthew Hayden caught behind, having a go at that one from Donald, and it did not seem as though he got that front foot down the right line there, and Donald finds the outside edge, and a second early strike for South Africa on this second day. Australia 56 for 2, and Matthew Hayden on his way. Boone Has a go. Donald, this could be right down the throat of Fanie de Villiers, and it is. And I'm surprised that David Boone falls for the trap. Two men set back there. They've got him earlier on in the much cricket that has been played between these two sides. Boone knew he was down there, and still he went for it, and an easy catch for Fanie de Villiers. And now South Africa are really fighting back tremendously. 70 for 3 after being dismissed for 251 in the first innings. Lovely timing there by Waugh. And just enough to beat the fielder coming round. Big crowd. Tremendous atmosphere. McMillan. And glorious shot through the covers. Alan Border signalling his intentions early on, despite 3 wickets being down. McMillan short, and Waugh has a go at it. He could be caught over the head of Andrew Hudson down at fine leg. Umpire Barry Lamson asking umpire Cyril Mitchley, the third umpire, whether in fact there is 4 or 6 on the line, and might have just got the fingertips of Andrew Hudson. What does umpire Mitchley say? 3, 4, 5, 6 flashes of the green light. A 6. Should I think have been 4? And Border again, hitting hard through the covers. Well, we saw him do that to McMillan a short while ago, and he's prepared to carry the attack to the South Africans. Fanie de Villiers back into the attack. Mark Waugh could be run out, a bit of hesitation, and he surely must be run out. Gary Kirsten doing well to get to the wicket, to break it from the return from brother Peter Kirsten. Lovely bit of out cricket by South Africa, and no doubt about it, Mark Waugh out by a mile, and a dangerous little innings was developing. 4 down. Oh, what a magnificent shot there by Steve Waugh. Jonty Rhodes. And what is the umpire going to say this time? That was absolutely brilliant. Umpire Dave Shepherd, the neutral umpire from England, has again called on the third umpire to decide by virtue of this replay. Look at that, though, for a bit of fielding from Jonty Rhodes, and he's up like a cobra and has it in. Again, Gary Kirsten is there, and a good pickup by him to break the wicket, no doubt about it. Another run out, 2 vital run outs, this time the skipper Alan Border, and with Waugh and Border going in similar fashion, South Africa fighting back. Steve Waugh, all the while there with this lovely shot off the back foot. He's bowled, he's squeezed it through, and Ian Healy, the wicketkeeper, bowled by Craig Matthews. In fact, it went down off the bottom of the bat and then onto the stumps. And so, suddenly the Australian wickets tumbling. Gary Kirsten's got it. The big man, Brian McMillan, putting a little bit of back into this one, getting some bounce, and Merv Hughes unable to fend it off successfully, and straight into the hands of Gary Kirsten at short leg. And 7 now for 176. Big shout, and Matthews has got another. Shane Warne trapped LBW. And the crowd absolutely on their feet and a buzz. He puts that left foot right across in front, hits him just on the roll, and a valuable little innings of 15 comes to an end. And this is a good hit by Craig McDermott. It looked a little bit awkward. It seemed to come on to him a little quicker than he expected, but somehow he got underneath it and lifted it over the boundary. Beautiful shot there by Waugh. Fanie de Villiers Oh, can he get it back now? He does eventually. They run a couple, but the umpire calling for a decision by Mr. Mitchley, the third umpire. His role extended to whether Fanie de Villiers was touching the rope at any time that he was also touching the ball, and so decided 4 runs. Appeal for LBW, and Donald has got McDermott, and a very important wicket too. McDermott, as we've seen before, was prepared to come out and really try and get on with things. This hitting him on the back leg, and he's 31, coming from just 23 balls with 4 fours and a 6. Another shout for LBW, and de Villiers is joyful, and Tim May is on his way, and the end of the Australian innings. And South Africa would have been disappointed with their 251 from the first innings when they had the opportunity of batting first, but who would have believed that they would have bowled Australia out for 3 runs less. So the turning points, without a doubt, in the Australian innings, the run-outs of Mark Waugh and Alan Border after they had put on 66 together in just 79 minutes. A fine 45 not out in the end from Steve Waugh, and a valuable partnership with McDermott. They put on 44 in just 28 minutes together. That 31, a swashbuckling innings by McDermott. 3 wickets for Alan Donald and 2 for de Villiers. They were both a little bit on the expensive side, but some very good support bowling too from Brian McMillan and from Craig Matthews. They too picking up wickets. Only 4 bowlers required in the innings. Merv Hughes to Gary Kirsten, and a flowing shot by Gary Kirsten. He's got it away past the fielder. 4 runs backward to square on the offside. Steve Waugh, and Hudson cracking that one away for 4 runs, square on the offside. Very strong in that area. Off spinner to May, beautifully driven by Andrew Hudson. He just waited for that to come to him and stroked it past the fielder. And it brings up South Africa's 50. Short from McDermott and pulled away by Gary Kirsten through mid-wicket. And this really developing into a very good opening partnership between Hudson and Kirsten. Hughes now, and Gary Kirsten. What a good-looking shot that was from the young Western Province man. Catch! It's up in the air. Oh, an easy catch for Merv Hughes. And Gary Kirsten, first out in the South African second innings, with a good partnership of 76 between Hudson and Kirsten. But an early success for Australia on the 3rd day. It just bounced a little bit more than he expected, I think, in trying to pull that. 35 in a little over 2 hours from Gary Kirsten. That's all Andrew Hudson needs. Just tickling it back to the square leg umpire, and another 50 in Test cricket for Andrew Hudson. 111 balls, 5 fours. And this is a magnificent looking shot from Hansie Cronje. 6 runs, treating Tim May a little like he has Shane Warne in the one-day internationals, and indeed in that big double century he made for Free State. He's bowled him round the legs, and Hudson is out. And just look at the aggression from Shane Warne. Been very frustrated. It's a long wait to get a bowl, and with his 3rd delivery, he's done Hudson round his legs. Didn't get that left foot across to get in the way of the line of flight and the spin, and playing across, trying to sweep it, but a good 60 in just over 3 hours from Hudson. That's past the fielder. Very good looking shot. back and then forward into it. No ball called, I think, there, and forced away off the back foot by Kepler Wessels. Going round the wicket now to Hansie Cronje, and that was in the air. McDermott is not amused. That one run down to Merv Hughes, and 50 for Hansie Cronje. What form he has shown since returning from Australia. 6 fours and a 6. Has a go at Warne again, and he brings it off one more time. 4 runs. And things looking good for South Africa at 204 for 2. Short, and Kepler Wessels gets it away. And that brings up the 100 partnership. Crowd loving it. Oh. Wide, and he just flung the bat at it. Raced away to the boundary. Steve Waugh now, and Kepler Wessels couldn't quite get it through. A well-packed cover field. But enough to take him to his 50. Six fours, 102 balls faced. They all go up, and what does umpire Shepherd say? Out. A little nod of the head there from Kepler Wessels. Alan Border tucked in at a silly mid-off. Now, was it bat pad or pad bat? It doesn't matter. Kepler Wessels is out, and the big partnership broken at last by Australia. That's the one they really needed. And South Africa now 258 for 3. With a magnificent 135 between Wessels and Cronje. That could be it, and is. 100 to Hansie Cronje. He's third in Test cricket. (217 minutes, 173 balls, 12 fours and a 6. This is 4 more. And you don't drop them short when he's in this mood. He's caught. Very, very good catch. It was going like a rocket there to Waugh. It was short from Merv Hughes. It was just the placing that wasn't right, and he didn't hit over the top of it, hit it down into the ground. It went very, very quickly indeed. In the meat of the bat, and well taken by Waugh. What an innings, though, by the South African vice-captain. Hughes again. Oh, and played with such ease and comfort by Peter Kirsten. Rhodes is walking. A little away swinger there from Steve Waugh, and an edge, and Healy does the rest. He has shown a tendency to be able to swing the ball around his Waugh, and look at this one, how it deviates. And Jonty Rhodes knows he's got a touch. Disappointing for Rhodes, not able to build on the good work of Wessels and Cronje. Again, Peter Kirsten with lovely timing, getting Waugh way through the covers. McDermott. Oh, that was a fine delivery from McDermott. There was pace in that as it knocked back the leg stump of Fanie de Villiers. Beaten all ends up there. And the Night Watchman gone. Built up something of a reputation as a Night Watchman. Element of danger in that shot. He had that left foot well across outside his off stump as he played that, left his leg stump exposed to the spin, but he got it away, and Kirsten going to his 50. It's not always been fluent. There's been a struggle from time to time. And he's out. Caught by Boone. What an extraordinary looking dismissal that was of Peter Kirsten. May turns it, and it seemed to come off his helmet. I think it was possibly top edge onto helmet, and Kirsten out for 53. Nicely played by Richardson, backing away, giving himself room. Alan Border is there, easy catch. He loves to field in that position to Shane Warne, and he's there for the sweep that finds the top edge. And so Dave Richardson out. Always a dangerous shot against the spin, and if there's a little bounce, so easy to find the top edge. That's what happened there. 403 for 8. Round the legs. He did Hudson that way, and now he's done Brian McMillan. And what a disappointing match for McMillan with the bat. A duck in the first innings, and now bowled round his legs for 24. And South Africa's innings, which promised possibly 500, beginning to crumble. Lusty blow here from Craig Matthews. 4 or 6. 4. And that's a tremendous shot by Craig Matthews. And it's going to go all the way. 6 runs. Hitting it inside out with the spin. So a few lusty blows from Craig Matthews. And this was a very good shot. That's what Ravi Shastri did to Shane Warne in his first test in making a double 100. Shane Warne has come back greatly since then and has had his say in this South African innings, picking up 4 wickets. But what a fine effort by South Africa in their second innings to build on their 3-run first innings lead, mainly due to the 60 from Hudson, a good opening partnership of 76 with Kirsten, and then that 122 by Cronje, putting on 135 with his captain Kepler Wessels. A 52 for Peter Kirsten, and the Australian bowling taking a bit of a pounding. McDermott and May both getting centuries against their names, but Warne 4 for 86. Donald hammered through the covers by Slater. We saw in the first innings how he was prepared to go after the South African speedster early on. And Hayden has been bowled by Fanie de Villiers, an early strike for South Africa. And Hayden coming in for Martin disposed just before the game. Hayden has had a dreadful first test match. Out for 5 in the second innings, bowled by de Villiers. He's got that one through the gap, and it'll race away into the boundary. So despite the early loss of Hayden, the runs have come quite quickly, mainly due to Slater, and there again showing lots of aggression. and hitting that just to the onside of the bowler. 50 partnership in only 54 minutes. And now Boone hitting it back past the bowler. Enterprising partnership this between these two. Off the inside edge, and Fanie de Villiers has got Slater. And that's the one South Africa desperately wanted, because Boone and Slater were really beginning to get on top of things, prepared to pay their shots, even though they were in pursuit of the huge target of 454 to win. They were carrying it to the South Africans. Boone is not going to let up. Short and Macmillan hammered away for 4, and another for 50 to the great David Boone. Just over 2¼ hours, 7 boundaries. All style and class there for Mark Waugh. And those 4 runs bring up his 2,000 runs in Test cricket. Beautifully timed shot. Average of 40. And that's a perfect delivery from Alan Donald, and it found the outside edge and through to Dave Richardson, and the end of war. And what a strike for the South African paceman. Just look at this. It just hit the deck, did enough to find the outside edge. A magnificent fast bowling delivery from Alan Donald. And Waugh out for 28. And Australia 136 for 3. Straight back past Fanie de Villiers. If he'd have got that right foot in the way, he could have done some damage. Up in the air, Gary Kirsten running. Oh, what a great catch. A magnificent catch by Gary Kirsten. And the South Africans absolutely delighted. He didn't get hold of it, Alan Border. It just climbed on in him a bit. But watch this catch, running away from that close-in catching position. The ball coming over his head. A magnificent effort by Gary Kirsten. You won't see a better catch than that. And what a vital wicket for South Africa. Australia 164 for 4. He's out. He's out. Steve Waugh has gone first ball. And now South Africans must be thinking of victory. A fine delivery by Craig Matthews and a good rolling catch by wicketkeeper Dave Richardson. And what joy. Steve Waugh, such a fine all-rounder, out for a duck. Boom, that's the one they wanted. And Matthews has disturbed his stumps with a great delivery. 191 for 6. Just watch this. It went through between bat and pad. A splendid delivery from Craig Matthews. What a sight. Boone, a valuable 83. So much depended on him, but now surely it's all over. Healy just whipping that one away off his pads for 4 runs. He only knows one way to play, and that's aggressively. Well, that wasn't the most attractive looking shot by Merv Hughes, but it's going to bring him 4 runs. Heaving it away through the covers. Straight back to Donald. He stopped the shot at Healy, an easy catch for Alan Donald in his follow-through. And Healy, always an awkward customer to get rid of. But no problems there for Alan Donald. 219 for 7. Healy's 30, a good one. Big appeal for LBW. Umpire Shepherd's finger goes up and Shane Warne is out for one, and South Africa are really now on the victory trail. 225 for 8 now. Only half forward, you see. It did come back at him a bit, though. He might have felt that there was cause to believe that it might have slipped away down the leg side. Not in the thoughts of umpire Shepherd. Pulling away off the inside edge. Stumps shattered. And 9 down. 1 to go for South Africa for a memorable triumph at the Wanderers. Brian McMillan getting it to come back and find the inside edge. New ball due in 3 overs' time. Will it be needed? Hansie Cronje, one fancies, has somehow inveigled a bowl out of skipper Wessels. And he's done it! He's done it by getting May caught by Gary Kirsten at forward short leg, and South Africa have won by 197 runs. And a rare smile from skipper Kepler Wessels. This is how it ended. Bat pad catch to the waiting hands of Gary Kirsten, and Hansie Cronje, after the new ball couldn't do it and a couple of interruptions, Hansie Cronje has done it in the end for South Africa. And what a triumph. The Australians needing 454 to win, bowled out for 256. Slater and Boone were going well at one stage when they put on 77 in only 107 minutes. But there wasn't a lot more to come as South Africa chipped away, and some fine bowling backed up by great fielding, and Australia all out for 256. Tremendous effort by South Africa in the field. Donald and de Villiers 2 apiece. McMillan 3 for 61. Matthews fine bowling 2 for 42, and backed up, as I was saying, by some brilliant fielding. The man of the match had to be Hansie Cronje for that magnificent 120